What is up, guys? What's up? So as you can see, I am going to be doing my makeup for Zoom classes versus regular classes, in-person classes. But yeah, let's just get started. Today, I'm going to be talking about the most randomest stuff you could ever think about. Why? Because I was like, I'm going to do a voiceover, but I don't know what to do the voiceover about. But this is where my authenticity pulls through with my creativity. All right, so we're just gonna be talking about random stuff. So this is literally how my brain works. Okay, guys, you guys are gonna envision and see how my brain works, because this is what happens. And this is what happens when I'm doing conversations with my friends and they're like, well, damn, bitch, can we go back? Or if you're like my best friend, she understands what I be talking about and we just be vibing. But yeah, anyways, raise your hand if you've had anxiety this year. Raise your hand, because I have. And if you raise your hand, keep watching, okay? So honestly, I'm the type of person, I don't ever usually have anxiety. It's just something that I like to give myself a pat on the back, or I didn't notice that I was having anxiety until this year, where it was very apparent, because we've all been home in our thoughts, guys, all right? So that's all I gotta say, okay? But let's just get into how I've managed my anxiety. Okay, so I would say in the month of, let's say April, the first start of quarantine, January, was it January? It was like February maybe, when everything was going downhill or whatever. No, March, it was March. March, I was doing pretty good. I was working on myself. I felt like I wasn't doing enough, so then I was really putting a lot of pressure on myself. I was still in school and stuff, in my second semester of sophomore year in college, still doing Zoom classes. But at that point it was lit, because I was saving money and I was like, oh my god, I'm so happy that I don't have to spend anything, you know what I mean? And I was saving money, because usually I gotta pay almost $400 a month for a train pass, and subway money included, and plus Uber, maybe that's $500. We're not going to talk about that, because that's not what this video is about. But around April is when I would say things got really, really bad. I wasn't eating, I wasn't sleeping, and April sucked. And I feel like a lot of people can vouch for that, because April was just a really bad time. Quarantine started to get to people. You don't have a sense of community because you're not with your friends. You can't see your friends. And I feel like that's just when it really got really bad for me. But thank God, that only lasted for 2 weeks. And then it wasn't until fast forward to 2 months ago, I feel that I had anxiety, but I didn't notice it. And when I say I didn't notice it, I mean lip biting the inside of my cheek, a whole bunch of stuff that I didn't notice was anxiety, until I saw one of these posts that my friends put on, and they were like, oh, do you ever do this? Do you ever do that? Do you ever do that? And they're like, honey, that's anxiety. And I was like, damn, here I am thinking, nobody's perfect, but I thought I was good mentally, but I'm not. Wow. I'm happy I came to that realization. But anyways, here is a couple of ways on how I manage my anxiety, okay? Because I found a way, or I feel like it's normal for everybody to be doing these things, and some things work for people, some things don't, but this works for me. Now, maybe 3 weeks ago, I literally had an anxiety attack. I was on FaceTime with my boyfriend, and I was being a complete and utter bitch, right? And I guess that's how I express my anxiety. Everybody has different ways of expressing their anxiety, but I was leashing it onto him. And it wasn't until I literally buried my face in my freaking my knees, and I was just I started to hyperventilate and everything. And then he was like, are you okay? Right? So then he's like, okay, we're gonna meditate, right? But if you guys know my boyfriend, he's a goofball. So he just kept talking, and I was like, I can't do this with you, because meditation is supposed to be quiet. You're not supposed to be talking. So anyways, I put him on mute, and I was like, no, I'm gonna do this on my own. So then my mom usually plays meditation music around every time in the morning and stuff. So then I was just like, okay, I'm gonna do what my mom does. Started to play meditation music, and I'm the type of person, I love yoga, I love spiritual things, I love meditation, and I think this is just what I needed to get my mind balanced and to get back to my balanced state. So I just started to play this song. It's called Eternal Sunshine. I will put the link in the description. And it's basically a song that I listen to, and I just lay down in my bed close my eyes if I can, or I have this little like light that my mom got me from Walmart for when we lost power because of the hurricane season, and she had bought, that's a tangent, but whatever. It's just a little dimmy light, a little candle and stuff. So I put that on, turn off all my lights, turn my TV off, and I just lay down, put my head on a pillow, and just practice my breathing and just breathe in and out through my nose and then out through my mouth and everything. So that song is like an emotional roller coaster because it literally takes you through every single steps of emotion, I would say, because when I'm listening to that song, I go through the moment where I'm just like, okay, I'm just trying to relax. The second emotion is being so like calm, I would say, but like there's moments that you'll cry to that song, there's moments that you'll be okay, and it's literally just anger, rage, being really upset, crying, acceptance, and calmness. And then that song literally lifts all the weight off of me and everything, and I just feel so better after listening to that song. And then after I meditate, or usually before I meditate, I usually do yoga. There's this app on my phone. I'll put the description down again. I'll put the link in the description again. And honestly, all right, my dog interrupted me. Sorry about that. But before I do meditation, like I was saying, I usually do yoga, and there's an app that I use. I will put the app in the description down below. And I usually do yoga for about an hour and 30 minutes, and then I just lay down on my floor in corpse pose, just meditating, listening to music over and over again. But when I say music, I mean like meditation music. But it's just very calming for me, and yoga actually helps me regulate my breathing, which it's supposed to do, and it gives me calmness. And it's also a workout because you're burning calories in the process, but you're also helping your mental health. So that's one thing that I use. Another thing that I use is just trying to stay focused. If I feel that everything's working out in my life, even though it may or may not be, if I just feel like, okay, I'm content, I have my plan in action, I know what I'm going to be doing, making a list really helps me, like building up my list for the week on things that I want to get done, making a checklist for myself every single day. If you have stuff written out on paper, it's easier for you to like manage things, I would say, and just trying to make sure that you're content for yourself. You know what works for yourself and the things that will help you out to get the things that you need to get done. And that's just something that helps me. I'm the type of person, maybe it's because I'm a Capricorn. Maybe that's why making lists helps us. But I know making lists also helps out Virgos. But I don't know. You know what? We'll see. Try it. Make a list for yourself throughout the week and see where it gets you. Try to figure out, okay, Monday, this is what I need to do. Here's my schedule. Here's what I want to get done. Regardless, and like try to give yourself an hour or two after work to just relax. Whether it's binge watching Netflix series or if it's like just writing or journaling and stuff like that, try it. Just give yourself a moment to relax and take a breath. It's okay to take a day for yourself if you've already gotten everything else finished, or even if you don't have everything else finished, you just need a day, because we're human. Like, I feel like in America, we live in this type of society where it's constantly just work, work, work. We live in a capitalist society, and it's just, it sucks because you can't even really breathe for yourself or just relax. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it. But I feel like I definitely learned a lot about mental health this year. I've always been like an advocate for like mental health and just trying to stay balanced and everything, but quarantine definitely opened my mind to a lot of things. And I'm just like everyone else, you know, even though like we're all unique in our own way, there's a lot of us that struggle with anxiety and depression and stuff, and I feel that we should all just help each other out as a community and, you know, just be there for one another. But honestly, I think I've definitely turned into like a more spiritual type of person during this quarantine. So yeah, 2020 sucks, but at the same time, there's so much that I have gotten done for myself. You know, I've noticed, you know, that college is just my gateway of learning new things and like further educating myself on a new topic and everything. But overall, we don't really need college, right? Like, you know, we need college, but at the same time we don't, because it's just helping us learn new things. And when we apply to jobs, you know what makes me mad about work after college They tell you that they can't hire you straight out of college without experience, right? But then it's like some jobs prefer experience over a college degree. And it's like, what the freak, you know? Or sometimes you have a college degree, but you need 3 years experience. So really, society ain't helping us get nowhere, because it's like, yo, I got my college degree like you asked, but now you ask me for 3 years experience. Where am I supposed to get that from? When I was in college trying to support myself with 2 jobs. Where am I supposed to get that from? Just let me know. I just want to know. But you know, that's the world that we live in. Nothing is perfect, you know. Nothing is perfect. We got a buffalo in freaking office, you know, who lying about COVID-19, trying to tell people not to wear masks and stuff. You know, I just don't understand people. I don't understand him either. Lord Jesus. Everybody vote. That's all I gotta say. Just vote. Everybody vote. Everybody just needs to vote. Also, another thing that helps me with anxiety, I know I probably just went on a little tangent. You're like, I'm clicking off of this video. But for the people that are still watching, I also drink a lot of tea. Tea helps me. It's something that is really calming for me. If I'm ever like stressed out, I'm like, oh my God, I need a cup of tea. You know how some people are like, I need coffee, right? And coffee is basically a drug, because people get addicted to that shit. And when you don't have it, them bitches could be going ballistic. But anyways, I work at Starbucks, so that's how I be knowing. But tea for me is something that is very soothing, very calming, and just very relaxing in general. And it's just something, there's a lot of teas out there. My favorite tea is Earl Grey, but then they also got that peach tea that's fire, you know. And, you know, just put some brown sugar in there or something. If you don't want sugar, just put honey and some lemon. Ooh, chef kisses, bro. Fire. That's all I gotta say. Just use some tea. Take a deep breath. Take a nap. Journal, you know. Do some breathing exercises. Do yoga. Find you friends that support you and your mental stability. How about that, you know? Surround yourself with people that love and care about you and make you feel confident about yourself. Surround yourself with people that love your body and who you are for who you are, right? Because toxicity is not the place to be. And that's not something you should be surrounding yourself with. Yep. But anyways, that is the end of this video, guys. Thank you for listening to my small TED Talk. I know you guys are probably watching. You're like, girl, you forgot to blend, but I'm doing it now. Don't worry. But thank you for listening to my TED Talk. That is the end of this session. I'll be here all week. Tickets can be purchased in the link in the description down below. But yeah, guys, thanks for the people that decided to watch. And if you're here to the end, I appreciate you. I love you. And you can get through this, and you will get through this. Just focus on yourself, be there for yourself, and get out the house when you need to. Decide to sit in some nature. Even if it's cold, go for a walk. Put some gloves on and a hat and a jacket. Go for a walk just to get yourself out of that tight space. Okay? But yeah, loves and kisses. Goodbye.